Hello, welcome to Let's Be Real with Tara. Thank you for joining this podcast today. It's going to be short, but in talking about healing, there's something that often we miss. We have to talk about honesty. We can't truly heal if we're not willing to be honest with ourselves. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm not talking about going to confess whatever's going on with you. But if you see a therapist, that therapist cannot help you if you're not honest with them about what's going on. If you're trying to work within your own mindset to grasp your healing, you have to be honest with yourself. There are things that we get into, situations, employment, relationships, and our motives are not always 100%. What do you mean? I mean, sometimes we're getting into relationships because we're lonely and it seems to be okay. It works. I can deal with what does not. And then you get in and realize it's more than I bargained for. Okay, you get out. There are times when you feel like you're moving all the right pieces. You're doing everything that God would want you to do. But again, you're looking at that clock, that aging clock. You're seeing people around you in relationships, and this person seems, they're saying the things that make you smile and chuckle. And okay, we'll get married, but you don't really take the time to get to know the person. And she ends up being a lot different than what it was in dating, the short time you dated. Now you're married. Now you feel like you're stuck. So you try to figure out how to make this work. And there's 1%, maybe even two, that you know what, together they work it out and they figure how to move on. But then there's the rest that ends up having no other choice but to divorce because they realize they didn't go in really knowing each other, really taking the time. Um, and that might not have been the person for them. And we have to understand that sometimes we can do everything right in the steps in a relationship. But if that person wasn't the person for you, and I'm not of the mindset that there's just one, he is, she is the one. But just sometimes that person just is not the one. And we don't even take time to listen to God's voice when he says, not this one. She's XYZ, he's element of P. Either way, friends okay, wife, husband, maybe not. And then sometimes God shows us little signs, but in our haste, we overlook them. Sometimes they're buried in niceties. With a job, everything seems great going in, and then you get in there and all hell is breaking loose. And then you realize, okay, I went in here because of who I knew. I came in because of how much I could make. But everyone can't do that. Sometimes, and this is what people don't understand when they say salvation is personal. This life's journey is personal. So what you may be able to get away with or do or enjoy, I may not, because my life's journey, my path may be to the point where there's certain things I can and cannot do. Quick analogy. Samson's parents, and this is biblical, Google Samson and Delilah, but Samson's parents were given strict instructions of how to raise him for his purpose. Every parent wasn't given those instructions. Every parent didn't have to raise their child like they did. So with us, we all have our own separate journeys and ministries and purpose. And sometimes what you can do freely, I can't, and vice versa. So we really have to tap into our core and be honest with ourselves. I like to do a lot of things, and I think I like to do a lot of things because they look good on social media. People are having fun. I like to have fun. But then when I do certain things, I'm like, I'm not having fun. I'm not happy. I would rather be home. Why am I here? Oh, they suck. Like I sit there and go through all these things of why am I here? But I want it to be there. Then I have to be honest with myself and say, you know what? You like the image of things. You like what it looks like on that side. But really think about what you want. And I am weird in the aspect that I want to take a lot of things pieces from a lot of things and create my own. May not be reality. So I have to figure out how to find my niche um, that would fit me and that I can be happy in. And sometimes it's just me being by myself doing my own thing. And sometimes I want to be around people. So that's my honesty. My honesty is sometimes I get around certain people and I wonder why I'm there. But I want to be there. I desire to be there. And then I had to ask myself why. Why did I want to be there? And then why, when I got there, what was I not happy? Or just maybe not, I mean, not sad, but just I didn't find much enjoyment. Be honest with yourself. Why are you getting in this relationship? And then if you're in a relationship, why am I staying? Oh, well, because I committed. You committed to God. And God said, I desire for you to be happy, prosperous. He wants us to be able to share his word. He wants us to find joy. He wants our Holy Spirit to lead and guide us. But sometimes staying in a relationship that he did not ordain, now he will honor it because that's his permissive will. But sometimes he desires his perfect will for you. And sometimes you have to just repent and get out of a situation that you should not have been in. And then allow him to direct you. I'm not advocating divorce. I'm not advocating quitting your job. I'm advocating being honest with yourself about where you are, where you want to go, how you get there, finding internal peace. That all means you have to sit with yourself and be totally honest. And then ask God, how do you maneuver once you've identified and admitted to your honesty? And only you can do it. No one else can because it's yours. Let's keep it real. Until next time, share, like, let me know what you think.